Hey everyone, I'm Chris. You may know me as Nitropan on social media. In this session, we're going to be working on elbows, right? So in our previous session, we worked on knees. So as we discussed, knees are close range weapons, so are elbows, right? Obviously, you can use movement to get you into a close range to deliver those elbows, even like flying elbows and things like that. But let's work on the basics. So I'm in my orthodox stance, my lead foot pointing forward, my rear foot, my right foot pointing on an angle, 45 degrees, and about arms width apart, right? And then what we're going to do is, so we're going to consider our opponent close to us at this point. So they're going to be, basically in front of us. And how an elbow's delivered is, so this is my rear straight elbow. So I'm going to throw it as if, so when I throw my cross, see how I bend my leg? How I go up on the ball of my foot and twist, right? I'm going to do the same for my elbow, right? So that's a straight elbow. And I'm going to bring my hand into my chest area, right? I'm not going to power it up out here, right? I'm going to try to maintain my stance and throw that elbow just at the right moment. The reason why you don't want to flare out and do that is it's an indicator, right? If someone's in front of you and they can kind of see your shadow, your silhouette, as soon as you flare out your arm, right? Not only is it an opportunity to get kicked or kneed or whatever in the side, it's also an indication that you're probably going to do something with your elbow like this, right? So, if you do this, they can see you coming. Whereas if you're in your stance and you do it right at the last moment, if you flare and do it, they're going to see it, right? So straight elbow, rear straight elbow, right? Twist. The weight distribution is more on the front, and you're going to twist the back, right? And you want to make sure you clear it, right? So don't stop your elbow right here, right? That's going to just give them like a little love tap, right? So what you want to do is you want to clear it as if you were driving, right? Like you're driving your hook right across them. If their face was here, you're going to be driving it through them. The elbow, same thing. You want to drive it through them. Bring your hands in, right? Because when you wear gloves, right, you just bring your hand in like that. Okay, and so that was your rear straight elbow. Now we'll work on your front elbow, straight elbow. So your front straight elbow, you're going to be turning just like how you turn for your hook, right? You're going to be turning your elbow, right? So boom, right? Your opponent's right in front of you, boom. You're going to smack them across the jaw, the nose, the bridge of the nose, or the forehead, right? You're gonna use that power of your body to drive it, right? Otherwise, if you're just throwing your elbow, yeah, it might hurt a bit, but you're throwing the weight of your body into these movements, right? If you're using the weight of your body, you're gonna get more bang for your buck, right? So straight elbow, straight elbow, straight elbow, straight elbow. Okay, so do some in southpaw. So straight elbow, straight elbow, straight elbow, straight elbow, right? I'm on my front one. I'm putting my weight to my back and I'm turning my front foot, right? Rear one, putting the weight to my front, turning my back foot, right? And arms in. So hand to your chest, like that, okay? Just be careful not to try to lock yourself up because it hurts if you try to pull in before you snag something, right? So those are your elbows on orthodox and southpaw. So now what we're going to show you is an uppercut elbow. So an uppercut elbow is very similar to an uppercut, right? So my movement is I twist this back foot for my uppercut. I'm going to twist the back foot, and then as if I'm just brushing my hair, I'm going to bring my elbow up, right? And this is going to ding them in the chest, or sorry, in the nose, or the chin, the nose, wherever, right? Elbows are pretty sharp. I don't know if you've ever gotten hit by an elbow, but elbows are pretty sharp. You can cut things open, right? So, boom, boom, right? So I'll show you front uppercut. Right? So we do this on the southpaw as well. So rear uppercut. And just remember, if you're imagining someone about your height in front of you, if you can get this elbow that high, that means you pretty much cleared until their forehead, right? You can see where you end up. That's where you'll end up on them. Front, 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 rear, rear, front. You always want to keep your other hand up when you're throwing, and because this is close range, you don't have to worry about, you know, keeping your hands in front of you or anything like that. You can literally just stay tight, right? Like your gloves are cushions, right? So you can stay tight on these movements because you can deliver these elbows all tightly because you're in a tight space, right? You don't have the ability to be like, because at that point you'd be stopping your punch right there. So you're tight, so you're defending tight as well, right? So rear, straight, up, right? And the movement of your feet helps you put the weight of your entire body into those strikes, right? So you're not just not throwing an elbow, you're actually throwing your body into it, right? My leg torques, my body, my hips, my abdomen, my shoulders, my arm, right? So it's like everything originates, right? And all that power amplifies. Whereas if you just try to throw punches at people, yeah, you probably like annoy someone. But if you're putting your body into it, right, you get more. You can get more bang for your buck out of it. So okay, so now we've done straight and uppercut, and now I want to show you downward elbows. So similar to straight, you got your uppercut. So downward elbow, you're gonna bring your elbow a little bit higher, right? So as you're turning, you're gonna bring it up and then come down, right? Boom. And the purpose of this move is if someone can detect your straight elbows and your uppercuts, right? What this one is to try to clear their gloves. So if someone's holding their gloves like this tightly, and you've got this nice forehead, boom, right? Coming down, right? So you wanna see the range? It's like a 45-degree angle. Okay, I'll show you on southpaw. Okay, so that was a downward elbow. Now we also have other variations that we can do for elbows, right? You can do a downward elbow where you're coming down like this. I believe they call it a tomahawk. I'm not sure if it's a tomahawk only when you jump into it or if they're right there. So if someone's right there, you're throwing knees and you're very close, and you notice that their hands are starting to drop or something like that. So let's just say you need them and they drop their hands. You can come in and pop, just drop your elbow right into them without having to do a swing. Pop. You're gonna still move your leg, right, to twist your body, because what that allows you to do is get further reach, right? So, boom, boom. With the front tomahawk, you may want to take a little bit of a step to do it, right? And that's a tomahawk. We don't do tomahawks as much. I like to do them in the jumping, the flying tomahawk, right? Just on bags. It's fun. Yeah, and so those are your elbows, right? So you got your straight elbow, right? You got your uppercut. This lead uppercut is nice with a jab, right? And you can step into it. So just like, we did the step in knee, you can do the step ins as well. So if you have to clear some space, if your opponent's in punching range and you want to throw an elbow, you step in, throw the elbow, right? Step in, boom. Right, just like if you stepped in knee, you can step in, throw the elbow, right? Now you can also step in, throw an uppercut elbow, because depending on how their stance is, if they're blocking like this and you can sneak right between their hands and drop an uppercut elbow, it's a nasty elbow, right? Might be able to do it from back here, but they might see those coming. Their rear weapons are slower weapons because it takes longer to get there. So boom, if you want to catch them off guard, drop in a straight elbow, right? So step in elbow, step in elbow, step in elbow, step in elbow, right? So those are movement related elbows, right? You could obviously show you the flying elbow. You can do a flying like that as well. But I wouldn't focus on those too much right now. I just want to show you because they look cool. Yeah, hopefully you practice and get accustomed to this, and once we start doing combos, you'll understand all the difference. I will review them if we're doing Zoom classes or whatever, so everyone's kind of on the same track. Okay, thank you for joining me, and have a great day.